Country star Zach Bryan is going through an extremely messy public breakup with an influencer named Brianna Chickenfry. That is not actually her name, but that's what we're going to call her for the purposes of this segment. It turns out, as was revealed on the BFFs podcast with Dave Portnoy, Brianna Chickenfry turned down $12 million of hush money from Zach Bryan just so that she could go out publicly talking about his alleged emotional abuse. Just so that she could be petty and talk about their relationship after it was over. Just so that she could expose him to her followers.
Nothing of this will make a difference in his career at all. He's going to be just fine.
I mean, yeah, he's done cancelable things before. The last time we talked about him was because he drunk tweeted a diss at Taylor Swift.
His apology on that was one of the most embarrassing. His man card.
Apologized.
His man card was revoked.
I mean, one thing is for sure, we don't know about the, truth of any of these allegations of abuse. One thing is for sure is that Zach Bryan is a drinker. And yeah, maybe he behaves erratically when he's drinking. Yeah. But let's take a look at this clip, because if you were unaware, Brianna Chickenfry works for Barstool Sports. Dave Portnoy is the CEO and her boss. And he has taken Brianna Chickenfry's side very publicly, very strongly. And he is talking crazy smack about Zach Bryan right now, trying to amplify all the bad headlines about him.
I have no problem with him taking her side.
He's just loyalty to the employees all the way.
I have no problem with that at all.
So let's take a look at this clip where she explains and answers his questions.
I just want to say, if you're friends with someone, longtime friends with someone, you just take their side.
You just do.
You just do. You don't say, "Oh, let me look at both sides." No, you stand
okay,
by.
It depends on what your friend did.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If he's like, "Oh, actually, I gotta look at what happened," no.
Well, okay.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Brianna was offered basically a payout to sign an NDA to not talk about the breakup, things that happened, and it's a shit ton. $12 million is what it ended up being. And I was going back and forth with her a lot.
Me and Dave even texted and it was like we can't tell Bree not to.
Turning down $12 million is
it's crazy.
I sat on the back
What if he was like, "I'll match it if you let me make content out of this"?
Oh yeah, that would up the ante.
Of the Duxbury house that he bought for us to live in next to my family and have a family in. And I sat on that back porch with my aunt and we looked out at the water and we looked at this fucking $10 million house, and I'm like, for what? I'm gonna get all these millions and just to have a backyard to sit in and thank Zach for? It was never about the money. I was with the dude because I loved the dude. Everything glamorous, rich, or fucking cool about him was the shit that I hated about him, or I hated being with him for.
Brianna was offered basically.
Yeah. And in this other clip, this person posted her explanation of one of their massive fights. I don't know. Okay, here's the caption. "It makes me sick to my stomach listening to Brianna Chickenfry talk about the emotional abuse she went through with Zach Bryan. I hope everyone sees this. Stop supporting him. You don't deserve the fame or money. Just straight trash of a human." Now, based on that caption, I don't know what I expected to be in this video, but it certainly wasn't as unserious as what you're about to hear.
He comes to my birthday and he gets there and he's all kind of weird. He's acting funny.
He was acting
weird?
weird?
I'm like, whatever. He
Hate when that happens.
It's always an excuse.
Red flag.
Something's going on. And the night starts and we all sit around the fire and it's pretty chill. It's actually really chill. It's all of my family and my friends, and we're sitting around the fire and he just starts doing what he does, throwing jabs. And I'm like, what the fuck? From across the fire, throwing jabs at my friends and calling people idiots. And I'm like, okay, it's 11:30. I'm gonna go to bed before, I was so excited. It was gonna be my birthday at midnight. We're gonna do the champagne or whatever. I'm like, I gotta go to bed before my birthday. Hopefully he will follow me to bed. So I'm like, "Good night, guys. I love you." Everyone's like, "Bree, what the fuck? Why are you going to bed? It's your birthday in 10 minutes." I'm like, I gotta go to bed. I'm like, "Zach, let's go to bed." He doesn't follow me. I go upstairs. I go to sleep, and I wake up like probably an hour and a half later to like screaming, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I go downstairs into the basement of this house, and it's like all my girlfriends crying, and they're all like in it. So I'm like, what the fuck happened? What's going on? And then I look outside, and I have my aunt like trying to control Zach, and there's a recording of all of this that
Turning down 12 million for this story is fucking crazy.
For this
can
story.
never be out. Basically, Zach we're all hanging around the fire, and I guess he stood up at the fire and just starts screaming at my friends, "You're not going to be anything. You're a fucking loser." Like, just the most horrible shit. Like, you're
Doesn't
never
sound
going to
that
make
bad.
it. Like, you live off of other people. Like, just crazy out of nowhere. And I'm like, what the fuck? But when Zach's in this zone, there's no...
You wouldn't last 5 minutes in the hell I was raised in.
In the
There's no
asylum I
containing
was
it.
raised in.
So my aunt's trying to figure it out, whatever. I bring him up to bed. He smashes glass. Wake up in the morning. I'm like, you have to leave, Zach. Like, you have to apologize. Like, this is crazy. And like, they didn't squash it, obviously, but it was like, we'll be civil today so that Bree can have one day. And ever since then, it was just awful. And Zach, every night, like, I'd be trying to go to sleep on the bus, and he would just come in and just start recording me and be like, are you, is it okay if I'm recording you, since your friends fucking record me and everyone fucking around you records me all the time? And he would just record. I have the craziest videos. Maybe that's why the $12 million is involved, because I have a lot of shit that I'm never going to put out there because it's embarrassing for me, and I don't want.
Okay.
I obviously have not done a deep dive into Zach, Bryan, and Brianna Chickenfry's relationship, so I don't know all of the details, but what I've heard so far sounds like you dated someone who drank too much and was an asshole when he was drunk.
Yes.
That doesn't sound like some kind of earth-shattering, life-changing, traumatizing event that you need to talk about to the tune of $12 million.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Is that like a sense of entitlement that it's like my story is worth more than the $12 million I was
She
offered?
genuinely thinks,
Like-
actually, it like feels better to her. Like, she gets more of an endorphin rush from talking about a fight that she had with her boyfriend than $12 million appearing in her bank account.
I guess it's
That's
yeah,
crazy. Unhinged.
absolutely. I can't imagine turning down.
Like, man.
Okay, actually no. My point was actually more that
This is what he was trying to hide.
like the first story that you tell, if it's that bad, if it's worth turning down $12 million, the first story should be so awful
Oh, yeah.
that people can barely listen to it. Instead, this just sounds like every party I ever went to, and
Right. Which
where
doesn't
somebody-
excuse it. Like,
no, exactly. No, it doesn't
obviously
excuse it, but
he
people get drunk and do stupid shit.
He sounds like a nightmare to be around.
Mm-hmm.
But every time that I have known or been friends with a girl who is in a toxic relationship, it's generally because she wants to be in a toxic relationship, and that's actually fulfilling some type of need for her. You cannot stop someone from doing that.
There would have
It's a
to
lifestyle
be,
choice.
The stories must actually be way worse, but it's just weird that this was.
They
no,
better be
I'm saying that like
for $12 million.
to turn down $12 million, the stories must
Yeah.
get way worse. I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt here that she just poorly chose the first stories to go
guess.
public, because they have to be way worse to justify, not taking that money.
But people are like, this makes me sick to my stomach. What a garbage human being. But, like, don't listen to Zach Bryan's music anymore because he's a piece of shit. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. Not like I'm a huge Zach Bryan fan, but if I like one of his songs, I'm not going to boycott his music over this. This is stupid.
It just seemed crazy to me that she's like, look, I got this story. I turned down $12 million. I can't be bought.
Right?
$12 million.
My
And then she's like-
integrity's on the line.
And then she's like, and then he said something.
he called
some
my
other-
friend a loser and she started crying.
He said some stuff. Some other people said some stuff.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
He broke some glass.
Right? Now, as I said before, Dave Portnoy is going extremely hard against Zach Bryan to the point where he has released now 2 diss tracks.
which we will not play because I think
we will not play them
copyrighted
because
They're
Dave
bad,
Portnoy is
though.
going to copyright us.
I do recommend checking
really
later
bad.
because they're really bad in a really, really funny way.
Really just laughably bad. The first one was called Smallest Man, and the second one that came out yesterday is called Country Ditty.
Yeah.
They're likening Zach Bryan to P. Diddy, who has been accused of sex trafficking and multiple R words of children. That's what they're comparing Zach Bryan to.
I guess, look, I have no problem with Zach Bryan. I have no problem with Dave Portnoy taking her side. If he knows her.
This is a little bit overkill, though.
He should take her side on principle because he knows her and he doesn't know him. But in general, the songs were overboard. And to compare the stuff that Zach Bryan is accused of with the stuff that Diddy is accused of is patently insane.
Here are some of the lyrics. I think the only similarity between Zach Bryan and Diddy, and I'm sure many other people, is that they both asked former girlfriends to sign NDAs. That's literally it.
I think the funniest way that this could come out is when she talks about verbal abuse. It's revealed that she really hated his singing voice and he would insist on singing to her at night.
Dave Portnoy wrote in his song, "You ruin people's lives, then hand out NDAs. I'm the one problem you can't pay to go away."
Anyways,
sorry. Start again. Keep going.
And then calls him something. Wait, no. He's calling him Country Ditty. Steal another story, write another country ditty.
I can't.
If you tried 12 steps, you would get out of breath. That's kind of clever. Yeah, it
12 million.
Highly recommend you go listen to the song Country Ditty because it's just so bad it's good.
If anybody wants to call me a couple of you
definitely, as it's clear by now, you do not want Dave Portnoy on your bad side.
People in the chat have been mean to me today. I'm not asking for 12 million in compensation. Maybe I will.
You should.
Maybe I should.
Maybe you should.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.